What is going on, young men? I am the over 50 guy / the online dad. Listen, on today's video, I want to talk to you guys again about getting the right type of job while you're building yourself, right? That's what we're going to talk about for a little while today. As a lot of you already know, as I've mentioned before, I was very fortunate when I was in my early 20s to land a really good job. Now, I know I talk all the time about finding your passion and finding your purpose. But in between time and in the meantime, you want to secure you some decent employment so you can take care of yourself out here. And guys, the notion of getting out of school without a degree and making, $20 an hour and over, like I did when I was in my early 20s. Guys, that's a thing of the past. Listen, with AI and with all of this computer stuff going on, I can tell the changes that are going on just from doing content creation. I used to tell my son all the time, getting some work boots on and going out and finding a job. Yeah, that is absolutely true. But it really is. It's just different nowadays because of technology, guys. But what doesn't change, or what technology has not touched, is the trades, is the building trades. And I'm going to keep harping on that with you guys because I don't believe the whole ideal of go to college and get a degree and get a good job. We know that that's a fallacy unless you are getting certain degrees. Engineering, medical doctor, dentist, that type of thing, then college may be worth it. And then you better hope that you don't spend a ton of money on student loans. But we know outside of that, that's not a good road to take, man. The road ultimately that you want to get on is to do something that doesn't require thousands of dollars to obtain either a certificate or some type of title that you can get out here and start making some real money. Listen, I am a huge advocate of until you can land that big job, then you need a bunch of little jobs to add up to the big jobs. But you can only do that for so long because you are still under the constraint of time. So if you have to do that initially, young man, that's fine. But you really need to start thinking about and moving towards securing you a better job or a high-paying job while you are looking to find your passion and your purpose, right? Like I said, the McDonald's and the Burger Kings and the Walmarts, those are good if you don't have anything. But you really need to be looking towards these building trades and to these higher-paying jobs, right? I had mentioned that some months ago about the building trades. And I don't know how many of you have really looked into that or, even take that serious. But guys, the ideal of learning a trade, learning something that you can do during the day as a 9 to 5, and then take that same knowledge, that same information, and create your own business with side work at night. Guys, it's not going to get any better than that. So you have to put yourself in a position, right, to obtain these better jobs. Now, how do you go about doing that, man? You have to apply. I think that a lot of it for the young men that I talk to is that the process isn't immediate. It is not signing up for the building trades, young men. It is not like going to McDonald's and you fill out an application and they interview you right then and there and hire you tomorrow. It is not that way. It's a process. You have to go sign up, and it may be months. It may be a year before they call you. But here's one thing for sure and two things for certain. If your name is not on that list, they will never call you. If there's one thing that I see with a lot of young men today, is that there's no sense of urgency. There's no sense of, yeah, let me go and put this application. It's almost like you want to guarantee that you're going to get the position before you act upon it. And that's not the way to do that, man. That is absolutely not the way to do that. Before I got the job that I got at 23, do you know how many little jobs I worked? I did work construction with my father, but that was seasonal. So yeah, I had applications in at the bigger places, right? And it was 6 months before I got the call from the utility company that I ended up working for. So you have to get out here, especially with these building trades. You got to put the applications in, right? You're going to have to get on the phone. You're going to have to get online, find out where these places are at, go to these places. See, there's no excuse why you shouldn't, man. Or it was nothing for me. It was nothing for me to drive to a chick's house when I was in my 20s, even if it was out of town, to go get some box. But you can't drive right down the street to go put this application in. You're going to have to find out this information. You're going to have to go. You're going to have to do the legwork, and that doesn't automatically mean that you're going to have a job tomorrow. But if you don't do this legwork, it is an absolute certainty that you won't have it tomorrow. What am I saying here, man? I am saying that the whole ideal of you have to crawl before you walk is absolutely true. You're not going to just get out of high school, or you're not going to just land this ideal job immediately. Again, I was lucky and I was rare to land a job like that at 23. And if I didn't land that job, I would be in the same situation that many of you are in today, where you have to apply and you have to pound the pavement and you have to get online and you have to put the work in trying to find these jobs. But again, that won't happen if you're not. It's the process before you find the good job is what I'm speaking of now. It is the process of putting your stuff in there to increase your chances of landing a high-paying job. I absolutely would want for you to find your purpose and your passion, develop that into a way that you can sustain yourself so you don't have to work a job. But until then, make no mistake about it, you need a job. You do, right? And again, the ideal of putting in that work to secure that, because it's just not going to happen, right? You're going to have to get out there, right? You're going to have to put applications in. You're going to have to take tests with no guarantee that you would even get the job. But again, it is an absolute guarantee that you won't get it if you don't do these things. The whole purpose of this video today, man, is that if you haven't gotten out and put applications in, whether it be for the building trades or other high-paying jobs, you need to make that part of your day, right? Finding out what good paying jobs you qualify for, and then actually applying for them. I think many of you are, oh, well, they're not hiring now, or just not taking it as serious as you should, or not being proactive, or not making it a priority, right? Listen, I know people that have put applications in places that they had forgotten they had even applied for, and they end up 6 months to a year later getting that position. You can't get caught up in the fact that they're not hiring right now, man. If you don't put the app in, if you don't sign up for the building trades, it's a certainty that you will never get the call. But by signing up, it may take them a while to call you, but at least you stand the chance of getting the call. So what you can do to put yourself in a better position is, again, building trades or other high-paying jobs that you need to apply for. It may take you a while to get the call, right? But if it takes you a while, you're working the other little jobs anyway. So you put those apps in. When you get the call, you're ready to go. So listen, I hope that this adds some value to you guys. Listen, I am offering one-on-one coaching for you young men now. I'm putting my email in the bottom of my videos. If you think that the one-on-one coaching would be of value to you, send me an email, put coaching in the subject line, and I will give you more information about that. Okay? Listen, like, subscribe, comment on the video, turn on your bell notifications so you know when I'm putting out new videos. As usual, I am the over 50 guy / the online dad. We'll be back with another one soon.